beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
여기가 그 꼭대기인가? 아니네, 여기 위에 또 있네.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
밀턴이 그림 잘 그렸잖아. 페인트가 있네. 그림 그렸던 흔적 같은데 잘 그린다. 여기 줄을 한번 타볼까? 올라간다. 얘가 밀턴이네. 그림 잘 그리는 친구 밀턴이의 화방인 것 같아요.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
어떡해. 오. 끝이야?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
이렇게 사라졌다고? 문을 타고? 너 뭐 마술사니?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
그럼 이 문을 타고 사라졌다는 거잖아, 밀턴이. 그치? 그렇네. 발자국이 신기한 이야기네.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
위에 한번 꼭대기로 갑시다. 한 가지네? 간다.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
여기 배가 있네.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
약간 클럽 분위기 나는데? 여기 끊겼네. 다리가 부서져 있어. 여기 해먹 같은 게 있다.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
산주한 에일. 뭐야? 왜 나가?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
게임기구나. 짐볼도 있고 여기 게임 컴퓨터.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
왜 저래? 그러니까
He kept working.
와, 손 자른다. 야, 손 자를 것 같아. 어떻게 하는 거야?
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
야, 이거 야, 동시 작업해야 되네?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names.
뭐라고? 자막을 못 봤어.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery.
상하는 것을 걱정했다.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
루이스토피아. 유토피아를 문 따서 만든 도시 이름인가 보네.
on the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
아, 깜짝.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
공상이 점점 커지고 있는 거잖아, 지금 일하면서.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
길을 비켜라.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
내가 왕이다. 다들 환호하거라.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
브리스토피아를 떠나서 다시
He'd conquer a
모험을
city,
가네.
then immediately push on. New Louisville.
자, 게임을 하고 있네. 상상
St.
속에서.
Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
상상 속에 빠져가지고 아무것도 들어오지 않나 보다.
In Louisville, he heard rumors of a
아름다운 왕자, 멋있는 여왕.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
사악한 뱀, 빛나는 무지개. 나는 무지개.
radiant rainbows.
무지개 다리다.
He followed the sound of her
큰 하프, 전자시타르.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
여왕님 안녕하세요.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
와, 대박. 개공장에
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
I'm the Lewis.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with.
헐. 현실로 돌아왔어. 다시 직원의 루이스로. 이거 마약이잖아.
He began to forget the world we know.
아, 여기가 거기랑 비슷하게 생겼네. 아까 그 황금.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
저 사람은 누구지? 해치지만
He
마.
began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
핀치 옷을 입고 있는데? Hi. 야, you're the 루이스. 너가 루이스네. 루이스. 정신 차려봐. 야, 안녕? 너를 어떻게 깨워야 할까? 헤이? 어떻게 해야 되는 거지?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
감사합니다. 감사합니다. 찬양하라. 예.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
헬로 헬로. 고양이다. 안녕 고양아. 몰리다. 몰리. 귀여운 몰리씨. They were so cute.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
안녕하세요 여왕님.
Bend down his head.
단두대 아니야?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
단두대였어. 거기 참치
My brother was really cool.
자르는
I
거?
wish you could have met him.
연어인가? 그 자르는데 머리를 들이민 거야. 걔 소름이다 진짜. 이게 그거네. 마약, 대만가 마약하는 기계잖아. 이것도 다 마약. 마리화나인가? 아, 마리화나 같아요. 와. 이거는 뭘까? 하이스쿨 디플로마 학위증 같은 건가 보네. 여기 이란인가? 아랍인가?
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
아, 인도였구나. 자, 그 얘 루이스랑 얘 핀치 주인공이 같은 형제잖아, 형제. 아니, 여기 날아갈 건데.